actually. I'm not too sure if that counts as jumping. Whoa! Well, that happened. What is going on? Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Laststandgamers, and welcome. So we're back with another tank battle. This time we have 32 players fighting against each other. A red versus blue type scenario around this city. Now there's going to be missiles, there's going to be tanks, there's going to be things pretty much flying all over the place as these two teams meet up in the middle. Space Engineers has already crashed already the first time we tried to play this, so let's hope for the best. Let's hope that it can do this. It can actually perform to a level where these players are going to enjoy this scenario. So it looks like the majority of the red team have come down the central road. Some of them are taking up a position on the hill to the left. The blue team have split themselves up. Some are on the flanks outside the swamp area, coming right around the far side. The other blue vehicles seem to be pushing in across one of the bridge areas, moving across this flank. Looks like one of Wizard's Rovers doing the same there. Some of these vehicles don't have the best off-road capabilities, and they're going to really pay for it. Let's have a look at what's going along with the red team. So we've got the red team lining up across this hill area, returning some fire. Remember, they have to manually control each one of these turrets as these rockets go back and forth. Look at that shot. Oh, that was close. He managed to evade that fire. You can see there's a blue vehicle flanking on this side. He's being closed in on by multiple threats at this moment. You can see they're all trying to swing around him. He's using his speed and agility to make his maneuvering, though. It's not going super well for him, but his gunner is keeping up the work. Look at that. He almost hit that tree there. The Red Rover is dodging that shot. He's took one to the underneath. That is not going to be good for him. You can see the fight's getting pretty intense up close here, and if he stays still, that Red Rover is going to be dead. Missiles are going all over the place. The blue vehicle just got hit at the front. Let's check out what's going elsewhere on the map. There is some fighting that looks like it's going on in the inner city. Two of the blue rovers have got this poor chap surrounded. It looks like he's taking some damage. The missile turrets are still firing though, going back and forth. Looks like he's got a little bit of a bumper so he can smile, wait for the flash. Oh, lovely. So some serious damage going out between both of these tank drivers. Let's have a look what else is going on in the city. So a lot of the fighting, from what I can tell, is going on in the swamp. We've got a little bit of fighting that's happening at the edge of this base between two of these larger, chunkier type rovers. One of them with the small wheels looks like it's being chased from behind. Not particularly too good indeed. The fight on the outskirts of the bottom is getting pretty intense, and the fight in the swamp has continued into the mountainous area. Rockets are being exchanged, but damage is not being done. Oh, that was a massive hit to the glass type rover. Has that disabled his turret? Yes, it has. Now he is going in for the kill. He is making some serious shots on that, and he is disabled, taking him out. But it's not over for the sort of red team in this case. They're taking some shots back. They're exchanging some volleys. There's also some longer range fire coming from these blue ships. We've got Void sitting in there here with his little flag for Lord Aratron. He is getting supported as they are moving around. Oh, almost evaded, but hit hard. This is a fantastic battle. I love a good tank fight. Let's see what's happening in the city here. We've got players maneuvering around the backside here. The fight over in this side of the forest is still pretty damn strong. We've got one of these lighter, smaller rovers making some shots. It looks almost like a Formula 1 car. He's exchanging fire from a distance, doing some damage. We've got some ramming going on from this bluer rover here. Oh, there's some serious damage. He's being trapped between two of the rovers as even more rockets go into him. Let's have a look what's going back on over on the swamp side. So there is some maneuvers going on around this tank, but it looks like the blues, for the most part, are pushing this flank hard. Some of them are going across the ice lake. He is drifting out of control as the ice is starting to skid. Some of the red rovers are sitting back there trying to return some fire from some angles. It looks like we've got a little bit of a flank coming on here as they're maneuvering either side of that red rover in the trees over there. What's of course not helping him is it looks like he has taken some damage, and because he's taken damage, his wheels aren't operating to maximum capacity. The other rover down there, he's stuck. He's not doing too well at all. It looks like the reds are pulling out of this section as the blues continue to advance. Moving over to this side, what is happening on this sort of inner city skirmish? It looks like one of the red rovers there has been taking some damage. It's hard. Some of these rovers aren't painted super well, so you can't really tell exactly whose team on. One of the blue rovers here has lost itself a turret. That's not putting him in a good situation. It looks like a lot of these rovers here have lost themselves turrets. And because of that, it it looks like this red rover is firing rockets, but at his own risk, and he has been destroyed. That blue rover is down, and he is stuck inside a tree. That looks like a right mess. There is another blue rover maneuvering over this section as well, and these two red rovers still have their turrets left, so this is pretty damn good. There's some TM Davis seems to be floating past in that way as well. Let's have a little bit of a zoom out and see what's going on the overall battlefield map. So it looks like the red team have moved down to the left flank. There is a little bit of fight going on in the hills near the red base. Some of the blue team look like they have circled around the back. They're still doing some damage, but they are taking cover. Some of these blue rovers have totally lost their turrets, so that's not too good. And these red rovers are evading shots to the best of their ability. Oh, that was close. And they are firing some shots back. The blue team are not in a good condition here either. Let's go down to the lower section, see what's happening here. So over here, it looks like Raptor, the red team, have done some serious damage. Some of them returning back to base. Some of them have lost the turrets, but other ones still seem to be having some very accurate long distance shots. This guy's got no turret. He's pretty much out of action, but he can still cause some trouble by ramming. So it looks like the majority of the situations here are going to be made up of these guys. What's exactly happening in this firefight here? Red rovers are still returning fire, moving between each other. That rover has caused some really strange situation. I'm not too sure if that counts as jumping. Whoa! Well, that happened. What is going on? Oh my god. Space engineers, handle your shit. Right, what's happening here? So it looks like the blue guy just got rocked by one of the rocket launchers. Space engineers is broke definitely for one guy. We've got one of these smaller APC type rovers coming in. Where is our aerial type man going? I don't particularly know, but his grids went everywhere. Yeah, he's moving at some speed. He's got some nice agility because of the lack of armor. Maneuvering around here, taking some more hits. We've got the other blue rover rolling around in that area. Let's just do a quick zoom out of the map above. So it looks like one of the blue rovers is heading over to the red base, pursued by a few rovers behind it. But the main fight, from what I can tell, is over in this section. Hang on. We've got a little bit of a brawl going on over here between one of these red rovers that looks like he's got himself stuck in underneath. What's he doing here? He's not trying to weld up. No, his individual welders are trying to weld up from inside out, but he's got himself in a little bit of a hole. And the other two guys are doing some serious work on him. So a lot is happening all over the map. Over here, we've got some of the smaller rovers coming in, doing some targeting, firing some missiles, trying to escape and evade. But for the most part, over this side, it looks like the red team have come out on top. So bringing this battle to an end, what we've got here is it looks like a red victory. We've got some final blue ships that have just been disabled. This turret's now out of action. So I'm going to have to say Reds win this one. So I was mistaken. There is still one blue player left. He's moving around the center of the map here. He's causing some damage, but he is trapped between these two red players, and he's doing a bit of a wheelie. He's in a bad situation here. He's got his belly exposed. Oh, bloody hell. Just had that whole section. Oh. Brutal. Hang on, what's happening here? It looks like we've got someone rolling out of base in a really strange ship. I don't know where this guy's been throughout this whole fight. He's definitely fighting for what I believe is the blue team. But his turret is actually tucked in the front of his rover. The other red team members look like they're doing nothing. Oh, he's just took a direct hit. He's returning fire. It looks like he's missed. I'm not too sure who this guy even team is he on. It looks like he's on the blues, but he did fire at one of the blue tanks there. He's got the rocket launcher tucked in his nose there for a little bit of protection, but I don't know how easy that thing's going to be aiming. And there's even an exposed area at the back. This rover has some issues, but it's dealing out some damage, and it looks like it can move pretty fast. Wow. Right, we'll wrap that one up there. It looks like that little rover's taking some hammering. It's giving it out as well. It's just struggling to acquire targets with his little nose piece. We've been about 10 minutes. The battle has concluded and the red team are the victors. So congratulations and thank you to everyone who came. Remember, this was a public event, so keep an eye out on announcements on the LSG Discord if you want to get stuck in on more events like this one. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.